What happens when the most dangerous champion in WWE history stands face to face with the most unpredictable rebel who ever held a microphone? What happens when ego collides with pride, when legacy meets revolution, when two men who refuse to kneel decide there can only be one at the top? You're about to witness the moment that changed everything. The moment that set WrestleMania on fire before a single punch was thrown. This is Roman Reigns versus CM Punk, and what you're about to see will shake you to your core. The arena is electric. You can feel it through the screen. Thousands of voices creating a wall of sound so intense it's almost physical. This isn't just another segment. This is history in the making, and everyone in that building knows it. The tribal chief, Roman Reigns, stands in the center of the ring with that look, that cold, calculated stare that has broken legends and ended careers. The undisputed championship legacy hangs over him like a crown of thorns, beautiful and painful all at once. For over 1,300 days, this man has dominated. For over 3 years, he has crushed every dream that dared challenge his throne. But tonight, something is different. Tonight, the air tastes different. Because standing across from him is a man who has never, not once in his entire career, played by anyone's rules. CM Punk, the voice of the voiceless. The man who walked away from wrestling at its peak because he refused to compromise, because he'd rather lose everything than lose himself. And now he's back, hungrier than ever, with unfinished business burning in his chest like a wildfire. If you're loving this energy, if you can feel the intensity building, do me a favor right now. Hit that subscribe button. Join the SLAMZONE family. We break down these incredible moments together, we dissect the passion, the drama, the storytelling that makes wrestling the most emotionally powerful sport on the planet. And smash that notification bell because you don't want to miss a single second when we dive into moments like this. This is where we live. This is what we do. Now let's get back to the fire. Roman's music hits first. That powerful, thunderous theme that has become synonymous with dominance. He walks to that ring like he owns not just the company, but the entire industry. Paul Heyman beside him, wise eyes calculating every angle, every possibility. The wise man knows what's at stake. This isn't just another promo battle. This is Roman's empire being challenged by the one man unpredictable enough, crazy enough, brilliant enough to actually tear it down. The tribal chief takes the microphone, and when he speaks, it's not loud. It's quiet. Dangerously quiet. That's how you know he's serious. That's how you know this isn't performance, this is personal. He talks about legacy, about bloodline, about carrying the weight of generations on his shoulders while everyone else just talks about what they're going to do. He's lived it. He's bled for it. He's sacrificed everything for this position, and some tattooed punk who walked away when things got tough isn't about to take that from him. The crowd is split. Dueling chants echo through the arena. Half of them chanting for Roman, acknowledging their tribal chief. The other half, they're waiting for the explosion they know is coming. Because Punk's music is about to hit, and when it does, the game changes. Static. That familiar, rebellious sound. And then it hits. Cult of personality. The place erupts. I mean absolutely loses its mind. People are on their feet, phones in the air, capturing this moment because they know this is the kind of segment you tell your friends about. The kind you watch over and over because the raw emotion, the authenticity, it never gets old. CM Punk walks out, and there's this smile on his face. Not a happy smile. It's the smile of a man who has been waiting years for this moment. He's walked through hell, fought his way back from career-ending injuries that would have retired anyone else, climbed mountains of doubt and criticism, and now he's here, standing across from the final boss. The ultimate challenge. The tribal chief himself. Punk enters the ring slowly, taking his time, making Roman wait, making everyone wait. Because he knows that every second of this, every heartbeat, every breath, it's building to something massive. He raises the microphone, and before he even speaks, the crowd is chanting his name, over and over. A wave of pure energy washing over everything. When Punk finally speaks, it cuts. His words are surgical, precise. He doesn't need to scream. He doesn't need to shout. He just tells the truth, and the truth is devastating. He talks about how Roman needed his family to become champion, how he needed interference, politics, and manipulation to stay champion. While Punk carried this company on his back when it was dying. Punk brought eyes to wrestling when no one cared. Punk was the draw when Roman was still finding his way. Roman's face changes. You can see it. That controlled calm starts to crack. Because Punk isn't just challenging his position, he's challenging his entire narrative. Everything Roman has built, everything he tells himself to justify his methods, Punk is dismantling it piece by piece with nothing but a microphone and the truth. The tribal chief steps forward. They're inches apart now. You could cut the tension with a knife. Roman tells Punk that talking is easy. Walking away is easy. But staying? Grinding through the pressure, the expectations, the responsibility of being the guy year after year? That's what separates real champions from part-timers who show up when it's convenient. And Punk fires back. He tells Roman that he didn't walk away, he was driven away by the same corruption that Roman now represents. The same politics, the same games. But he came back because he has one more run in him, one more mountain to climb, and that mountain has a name. Roman Reigns. The crowd is absolutely unhinged. People are screaming themselves hoarse. This is what wrestling is about. Not just the moves, not just the athleticism, but this. Two masters of their craft, two generational talents, tearing into each other with nothing but words and making you feel every single syllable. Halfway through this incredible journey together, and I hope you're feeling what I'm feeling. If this breakdown is hitting you right, show some love. Hit that like button. Drop a comment and tell me whose side you're on, Team Roman or Team Punk, because this debate is tearing the wrestling world apart and I want to hear from you. Subscribe to SLAMZONE if you haven't already, because we're bringing you this level of passion and analysis every single week. This is our community. This is our family. Now let's finish this story. Paul Heyman tries to interject, to protect his tribal chief with words when physical dominance won't work in a verbal war. But Punk shuts him down with a look. One look. The kind of look that says, I've dealt with lawyers, promoters, and corporate machines my entire career. You don't scare me. Roman, sensing his Wiseman can't save him here, takes control again. He reminds Punk about WrestleMania, the grandest stage of them all, where legends are made and broken. He tells Punk that he can talk all he wants, but when they're standing in that ring with 80,000 people watching and millions more around the world, talk won't save him. The tribal chief will do what he always does. Conquer. Destroy. Acknowledge. But Punk, he's got one more bullet in the chamber. One more truth bomb that's going to shake everything. He looks Roman dead in the eyes and says that for all his dominance, for all his victories, there's one thing Roman has never done. He's never beaten CM Punk. And at WrestleMania, in the biggest match of both their careers, that's not going to change. Because Punk isn't here to acknowledge anyone. He's here to become champion. He's here to take back what was stolen from him years ago. He's here to prove that the best in the world isn't just a catchphrase, it's a promise. Roman drops the microphone. The talking is over. He steps forward, and for a moment, just a moment, you think it's going to get physical right here, right now. The entire arena holds its breath. This is it. The moment where everything changes. Security rushes to ringside, officials slide in, trying to maintain order in absolute chaos. But Punk doesn't back down. He never has. He stands there, unflinching, welcoming whatever comes next. Two titans, two egos, two absolutely unbreakable wills colliding like galaxies smashing together. The officials manage to create space, but the damage is done. The match is set. WrestleMania. Roman Reigns vs. CM Punk for the undisputed championship. The tribal chief versus the voice of the voiceless. Legacy versus revolution. And nobody, absolutely nobody, knows who's walking out with the gold. This is why we love this. This is why we invest our hearts, our time, our passion into wrestling. Because when it's done right, when you have performers this talented, this committed, this real, it transcends entertainment. It becomes art. It becomes a mirror showing us our own battles, our own struggles against the odds, our own refusal to give up when the world tells us we can't win. Roman Reigns represents the grinding, relentless pursuit of greatness. The willingness to sacrifice everything, even being liked, even being cheered, for the sake of ultimate success. CM Punk represents rebellion, the voice that screams we don't have to accept what we're given, we can fight for what we deserve. Both are right. Both are wrong. Both are absolutely, devastatingly human. And that's beautiful. Before we close out, one last thing. If this video fired you up, if you felt something watching these two warriors prepare for battle, share this with your wrestling family. Comment below with your predictions for WrestleMania. Is Roman extending his legendary reign, or is Punk's comeback story getting the ending it deserves? Subscribe to SLAMZONE for more breakdowns, more analysis, more passion for the sport we love. We're building something special here, and I want you to be part of it. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a moment. WrestleMania is coming. The biggest match in years is set. And when that bell rings, when these two finally collide, the wrestling world will never be the same. This is SLAMZONE, and we'll see you at the next one. Stay passionate. Stay loud. And acknowledge greatness when you see it, no matter which side you're on.